Okay, if you haven't done this, this is something that you need to do. You need to do it right now. And go to CAMortgageRelief.org. CAMortgageRelief.org. And this is a state program where they have set aside a large amount of money to help people like yourself get caught up on back payments. Because there are a lot of you are just like, you know what, hey, I just got behind. Okay. And if I can get caught up, I'm good. You know, I can keep making my payments. All that. But I just need to catch up. Okay. And so they set up the site saying, you know, hey, look, if you were affected by the pandemic, coronavirus, you can now, you know, qualify for this assistance. And it's in the form of a grant. It's money they give you. You don't have to pay it back, which is awesome. Every time that I've ever been through a foreclosure, cycle, that's never happened. Okay. And so they do this, but you got to understand what the criteria is. What's the eligibility for it? And it's pretty easy, I think, to do it. So let's take a look at that eligibility here. And what it says right here is it says that you have to have a household income at or below 100% of the county's area median income. Okay, so like if you come over right here, the income calculator is right on here, and you type in the county. So I type in Orange and make sure I click on that, and then I put in how many people are in my household, and I say okay, go. So for in my case, 100% of the area median income for Orange County for a household the size of 4 people is 134,500. So if I were making less than that, then I would qualify for the program based on income criteria so far. Okay, let's check the next one. You must have missed at least 2 mortgage payments before the end of 2021, December 27th technically, but missed those mortgage payments before December 27th, 2021. And you have to own a family home, condo, or permanently affixed manufactured home. So that's good. Okay, easy. And then you have to have faced a pandemic-related financial hardship. Let's see what they mean by financial hardship. They have it on this next page here. It says homeowner must attest. So you have to attest. Basically, you're saying, put your hand on the Bible and saying, I solemnly swear that I have experienced a qualified financial hardship, and the attestation must describe the nature of the financial hardship. And it says right here, a qualified financial hardship is defined as either a reduction of income, temporary or permanent loss of earned income after January 21st, 2020. Okay, so basically the beginning of this whole pandemic thing, directly related to the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, so make sure that you understand that. Make sure you understand it's directly related to the pandemic. Okay, if it's just, I got tired of working, or I lost my job around then, just not for any reason other than I just lost my job and then I decided not to go back to work, and I was living off unemployment or whatever, probably not going to fly. But if your company was, shut down, if it cut the hours way back, if it, was affected in one way or another where your income was significantly decreased, that because of the coronavirus, then you're probably good. Or it's an increase in living expenses, increase in out-of-pocket household expenses after January 21st, 2020, such as medical expenses, increase in household size. So I've worked with several families where, a couple other families lost their homes and they all moved in together, right? So that's an increase in family size, right? But it also affects the qualifying income for median area income, because now the number of adults over the age of 18 are factored in for income. Or it even includes costs to reconnect utility services directly related to the coronavirus pandemic. So if you had your utilities shut off because of it, then, it would qualify. Okay, so that kind of covers that. So you got, those 4 things. You have to meet all of those, okay? And then one of these following. So you either have to be receiving public assistance of some kind. Okay. I'm sure you know if you are. And then severely housing burdened. So the cost of your mortgage or property taxes and property taxes and other housing expenses are more than 40% of your income. I think it's pretty safe to say that most people, if you're sitting there with an NOD, a notice of default, or a notice of trustee sale, that is likely the case. Or you have no alternative mortgage workout options, okay, through the mortgage servicer. So in other words, what they're saying is, you had to have tried to work out a loan modification with the servicer, with your lender. Okay, if you did not call your lender and say, hey, I've got, I want to work something out. Can we do a loan modification or, some other type of workout program? Then they might reject that application. So, but you only have to have one of these. Okay. So if you are, like I said, on public assistance, or your payment is over 40%, or you, have no alternatives, like you call the lender, said, let's work it out. And they said no. Well, then you have no alternatives. Okay. But if your lender said, yeah, we'll give you a workout program, then it might not go. So anyways, great opportunity, but timing is critical. I think I said that already. Timing is critical. You have to do it right now because your clock is ticking. If you're on notice of default from the day it's filed, 90 days. Okay. That time comes and goes really, really fast, way faster than you think. Notice of trustee sale, if you have not already been here, it's going to be tight because, this is state, this is bureaucracy, and it takes time for them to get through the process to give you or to receive your application, approve you, and give you the grant. Don't push it even one extra day. Try to get that help right now, because then maybe you can bring all your mortgage payments current and redeem your, your outstanding balance and get back on track again. If you can continue to make the payments, well, great. If not, then you maybe look at some other options. If you have a reverse mortgage, this could also apply. So consider that as well. And what they'll do is they'll take the money and they'll put it into an account where they'll pay it directly to the lender, so that you're not, because it could be tempting. You go, oh my gosh, I got, $35,000 in back payments. Ah, boy, we haven't been on a vacation in a while. Silly. That'd be silly to do, but, I'm assuming people have done it. So anyways, CAMortgageRelief.org. Now, one other thing that I will say about this is that it says, it even says it right here, eligibility program, how to apply. If you think you might be eligible for the program, check your eligibility and apply. If you need assistance, and you can just click the Get Started, right, to apply. If you need assistance with your application, have questions about your eligibility, contact your mortgage servicer. Okay, so you can call your lender and say, hey, can you help me get through this CAMortgageRelief.org application? But I don't think it's that complicated. You can do it on your own. Or a HUD certified housing counselor and they give you a number. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this, and some people don't like it when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyways, because I've been doing this for 25 years and I've been through several ups and several downs, foreclosure cycles and markets and things like that. And one of the things that I've learned about, HUD counselors is that there's some people are just amazing. They're really great. They have a heart for really helping and whatnot. However, I've also noticed that a lot of them also happen to be mortgage brokers. I mean, not mortgage brokers, real estate brokers. And so when you're calling them, I don't doubt for a minute that they're genuinely trying to help you get through that process. But for those of you who kind of go, well, that didn't work and that didn't work and that didn't work, the only other option is that they're, going to try and have you sell your house through them. And my experience is that because it's a desperate situation, it's always at a full price commission, and that takes away from your equity and things like that. And so consider that if you get to that point. But I have other videos where we're going to be talking about options for selling your house. Okay. So just be aware of it. Just be aware of it. Talk to a counselor, get the right information. But basically, they're going to tell you, get your finances in order. Go get a second job. They might give you some resources for, like, hey, here's daycare, some free daycare resources. But that's getting you on county, assistance programs and stuff like that too. But so you can just go to the county for that and, take it for what it is. But the one thing I always say, don't panic, just make smart decisions, and keep moving forward. Okay. You can't stop and curl up in a ball and panic. Okay. So anyways, there's that, but and this is just a list of all of the HUD. Last note on this, on the HUD certified counselors. One of the things I also noticed was that there's a lot of them. They're not even active anymore. And the reason, I'm going to assume the reason, is because there haven't been any, foreclosures for 2 years because of the pandemic. Not really. There's been a handful, but not really. But just from November to, I think it was February 12th. So, 3.5 months. In Orange County, there was 228 new foreclosures filed. So it's picking up. They'll probably come back online. But in the meantime, just make sure you're talking to somebody who really knows what they're talking about and have been doing it and have been active for the last year. All right. Let's move on to the next video.